Hey friends, it's good to see you. It's Saturday. That means it's time for your Saturday Psychic Sampler, where you ask specific questions and I give you specific answers. I'm Christiana Gaudet. I am your Tarot Fairy Godmother, and I am so happy to see you all here today. Special thanks, of course, to the members and the moderators, and a reminder that we are in StaarCon month. StaarCon is coming January 24th, 25th, 26th. Ticket prices range from $10 to $500. Find the ticket that's right for you. The link is right in the description, along with a link to get a reading with me and to become a member of this channel. Okay, let's hop right on over to CardCam, where you can see that once again I am working with my beloved Lily's Tarot deck. This one is the Pocket Edition. All right. As you know, I will be taking these in the order in which I see them. Thanks for being here. And if you see me skip someone, please let me know. It's never my intention to do so, but it can happen. All right, first up, I see Ronald Schaefer. Good morning. So nice to see you. Here's the question. What message does Spirit have for me today regarding my spiritual journey? And what is the overall energy or theme for me this year? Oh, I just love this question. Thank you so much for asking such an introspective question. Okay, so I'm going to work backwards. The overall energy or theme for you this year. Healing without spiritual bypassing. Face the things that have hurt you. Face the things that have bothered you. Face the aspects of yourself that you do not like, enjoy, or enjoy admitting to. Face them, heal from them, deal with them. Accept your humanity and continue on your journey to be the best human you can be. But it's a lot of it is about healing. It really is. Beyond that, learning to stay logical in your thinking. There should never be too much of a disconnect between logic and spirituality. Now, what message does Spirit have for you today regarding your spiritual journey overall? So, themes for the year: healing and logic. Healing and logic. And those are things associated with the spiritual path anyway, so that makes sense. So, the message that Spirit has for you today regarding your spiritual journey, and I mean, you couldn't get a better card than that. You know, this idea that you are and that you must trust Spirit, have the joy and wonder and curiosity of a child, and welcome the unknown with trust. Can't get better than that, my friend. It's a beautiful thing. Jeannie Mnuchin, so good to see you. Thanks for being a member for more than 3 years. I'm still concerned about my daughter. Was my visit helpful? Will the current virus subside on its own, or does it need medical attention? In the coming year, will she get relief and or clarity to the stresses she's carrying? Okay. You're very good, Jeannie, at like getting those sort of granular questions that can be so helpful. That's very good. All right. So, was your visit helpful? Well, yeah, extraordinarily, primarily because it kind of gave her another focus and made her feel supported, which was exactly what you were trying to do. So good. Now, the current virus, I think she should see a professional. There may be some assistance that would be helpful. In the coming year, will she get relief and or clarity to the stresses she is carrying? It's hard because I don't think it's just one thing. I think it's a plethora of things. And so it's what she needs is the tools. She needs the tools to unpack old stress and trauma and the tools for coping with current stress. She needs those tools. And I feel like she doesn't really know how to develop those tools. So how can you guide her in helping her find those tools? I think when you're in the, like, just your support is what she needs. That's the bottom line, right? That's what is needed. Your support is what is needed. I think she has a hard time asking for what she needs. And she has, I think she can get, like, I think at the end of the day, the real tool is self-esteem and self-worth. That's the step. That's what she needs. And so empowering her to do whatever is necessary to help build that root chakra stuff. That's what she really needs right now, I think. All right. Diana Price, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 3 years. Yes, I do know you're looking at Belize. How would that turn out? And should I get a co-living near Tulum first while looking for a place in Belize? Having a hard time finding open co-living there. Okay, so let's work backwards. Co-living in Tulum. Yeah, that doesn't feel like a thing. No, that doesn't feel like a thing. Okay, so then Belize in general, if you went to Belize, if you moved to Belize, how would that work out? You know, and I told you back in the 80s, that was where I wanted to go. I figured that was a great place to go be an expat. But it's interesting. And honestly, if the people that I thought of as savory people back in the 80s that were going there, if they're still there, like in retrospect, I'm not sure they're as savory as I thought they were. So that might explain these cards. I don't know, man. I would definitely visit before making a move. Let's put it that way. All right. Trey Cameron, good to see you. Revival of Venus, you can ask about anything you want to ask about. Seriously. Trey Cameron, thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than a year. D or S? Which would I enjoy more or should do first? D, S. Well, see, here's the thing. S is so much more enjoyable, but the outcome is meh. D is so much harder, not enjoyable at all, but the outcome is good. So maybe do this first, then this, you know, so that would be S first, then D, maybe. But if you're only going to choose one, I would take D, which is the hard at first, but so worth it. So worth it. All right. Hey, Mix Your Hair, good to see you. Trey, not only better longevity, which certainly, yes, it does, but also just a better all-over outcome with that longevity. Sandy Kolchak, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. My question for today, will I find a remote job that will pay me enough to not worry about my financial situation? And if yes, when? Could it be in the next 2 to 3 months? Ooh. it's hard to find, especially because right now there's this whole return to office push, which I think is going to fail miserably, by the way. And I think we'll be back primarily remote working within a year. But this is a hard time to be looking for a fully remote job. I think you can find one, and you can find one that's good money, but I think it's going to take some time. Would you find it in the next 2 or 3 months? I think it's more likely in Q2. So April, May, June is more likely when you would find it. Nalini Kalu, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 2 years, and thanks for using members-only emojis. How soon before I buy a car? Yeah, man, that's okay. I think it's still going to take a minute. And I think because, I think you could definitely do it by April. So 4 months, maybe sooner though. But the advice is, as hard as it is to live without a car, to wait and accrue more money or better credit or whatever so that you can buy the better car that's going to save you money over time. Some of you here may have known me when I drove the car my family affectionately called the Egg. It was a Ford Aspire that we bought off the auction lot. We bought from a dealership who had bought it off the auction lot. It only had about 60,000 miles when we bought it. The engine was great, but it had been beat to crap on the outside. It was an embarrassing car to drive, but I just put stickers on it and drove it. It was a good car. And I remember we paid $2,000 for it, or something like that, and then maybe put another $2,000 into it. So I too have had situations with needing to buy a car with limited resources. It can be done. It can be done. Mary, good to see you. Oh, Zany, right, Playboy, it does look like an egg. And in fact, my daughter Allison got her driver's license on that car. And the instructor was teasing her and said, we can only give you half a license. And she was horrified. What is half a license? And he said, because you only have half a car. Yep. All right. It is a cute egg, for sure. Okay. Mary, good morning. Lately, I have had several dreams where the parents of my ex-best friend are at my house. In real life, both of them have passed away. Are these dreams just dreams, or is there a message for me? And I want to get it more granular than that. Here we go. Are they just dreams? Are they psychological dreams helping you work through something having to do with the best friend, or even spiritual dreams on the ex-best friend, or even spiritual dreams on that level? Or is it literally spiritually a visitation from your ex-best friend's parents? And if so, why? That's what I want to know. So, what is it? I think it's the second. I don't think it's a visitation. I mean, not that they wouldn't want to visit with you, but I don't think they are. I think there are ways you feel very treated unfairly by the situation, like why the ex-best friend is an ex-best friend. I feel you're unsettled with that situation. I feel like there was communication that took place that shouldn't, or that did not take place that should. And I just feel like it's unsettled. I think the reason it was, and these are several dreams, so it's recurrent. The reason the parents are visiting you in your home, Now, when we look at your relationship with those parents or the concept of those parents, when you were friends with her, there was an issue there. Like, I feel like, I don't know if they were already dead or if they had not been as present as she would have wanted in life. But I feel like in the friendship, something about the parents might have been discussed a great deal, or there might have been some sore spots there for the ex-best friend. I think to you, the parents represent a certain lack of nurturance and a lack of boundaries, I think we could almost draw a direct line saying the reason you aren't friends is sort of because of how her parents were. And Mary says, it is a very sad situation that we're not friends anymore. Yeah, absolutely. So why are her parents in your home specifically? We're not at a cafe. We're not on the phone. They are in your home. Yeah, there were lack of boundaries for sure. Absolutely. And so here's a question. Since you're right here, Mary, I have a question for you. How do you remember feeling in the dream? Your dream self. How did your dream self feel about having the parents in your home? What were they doing? What were they saying? What was the energy? Can you say a little more about that? That will help me understand what this is and what you can do about it. And here's what I'm going to do. Mixed feelings, like happy because I love them, but annoyed because, annoyed because they were making a disaster in your house. Oh, okay, I got it for you. No more cards needed. Here it is. Thank you. Thank you. They were making a disaster in your house. You are mourning the loss of this friendship. But I think this dream is saying that you in your heart know two things. You know that there are generational issues that make this ex-friend the way this ex-friend is. And you know that connection to this person could bring disaster to your home. And so it's that sad thing, would love to be able to have this and do this, but I don't think I can. And it's repeated because you'd really like to. So now let's just check one more question, which is there any way, like when we look at the ex-best friend now, the ex-best friend is totally in victim mode. And I feel like this is your brain trying to process, how do I deal with this? And the answer is, I don't think we leave the door open for reconciliation. And I think that's what your dreams are trying to tell you. Unless there's been real therapy or some real healing, no reconciliation. And that allows you to have closure. These are dreams trying to give you that realization for closure. That's what I think. Let me know what you think. Okay. Sorry, I know that's really hard. All right, this one's going to be super fun. Melissa, thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 3 years. Thanks for using members-only emojis. Can't wait to see you at StaarCon. Mary, you were right. It is difficult because somehow she was my support system. Yeah, I get it. But I don't think the support was great support. She was family, I understand. But family can be dysfunctional as heck. And I think there was some dysfunction there. It's hard. It's hard. But it is probably the healthiest move. Okay, so Mixuir has added something in here to Melissa's question that I actually want to try to go back and find. Mixuir also says friendship breakups are the worst. Yeah, you're right. Sometimes I'd rather go through a romantic breakup. I agree. Okay, I'm looking for, okay, I am not easily seeing it. Hang on a minute. So the question is a pop culture question. And it's a question about the It Begins With Us, Break Lively and whatever the heck. Oh, yeah, Justin Baldoni. I do know about the drama. So, okay, I'm going to read what Mixuir writes about it. I'm going to read Melissa's question and I'll do the reading. But full disclosure, y'all know I'm a Swiftie. So there's a Swift connection here, right? And Mixuir assumes I might not know about it because I don't know a lot about pop culture, but if it's Swift connected, I probably do. And this is Swift connected. How is it Swift connected? Well, Blake Lively is one of Taylor Swift's best friends. And I am not a Swiftie that believes that Taylor can do no wrong, so that doesn't necessarily give Lively a pass. But interestingly, Baldoni's lawyer works for a law firm that is owned by none other than Scooter Braun. And those of you who know that Scooter Braun is Taylor Swift's archenemy. So this is getting deep into the Swiftie weeds. So that's what I know about it. All right. So Mixuir says, to me, on Melissa's question, if I haven't heard about the drama going on now, she's saying in their movie, It Ends With Us, he was unprofessionally sexually harassed her, and he's saying he doesn't know what she's talking about, and that she was the one that was terrible on set, and so was her husband. And her husband, is it Ryan Reynolds? Is that right? It's deeper than that, but just generally, yes, got it. And they're both kind of claiming the other created smear campaigns against them, and he's suing the New York Times for writing what he says are lies. Okay, thank you for that. I pretty much knew that, but not necessarily all the lawsuits, so thank you. Okay. Okay. And Ryan Reynolds also broke the writer's strike to rewrite the script. Right. So there's a whole bunch of weirdness up in there. Okay, so there's your background. Here's Melissa's question. This never happens to me, but I've been pulled into some pop culture drama surrounding the movie It Ends With Us, whose co-stars are suing one another. They are claiming the male star's PR firm led a smear campaign connected to or owned by Scooter Braun. Let's not forget that. Sorry. I'm being an obnoxious Swiftie. Okay. Led a smear campaign against the female lead. I'm curious what is really going on here. The male actor makes himself out to be a big ally for women's rights, but I just don't know based on what I've read about the situation. What is your read on where the truth is? Okay, in this moment, I must release my own opinions and connections and my desire to please whoever. And let's just really read what the cards say. Okay, how was Blake on set? Oh, this is interesting. Here we go, Melissa. Fun fact, I met Justin B. at a spiritual event about 15 years ago. He struck me as a very egotistical and all about himself. He also screwed over a female friend of mine who was friends with him. Okay. So, okay, first of all, how was Blake on set? She might have been demanding and difficult and non-communicative. She may have been going through something difficult. So So she may not have been the best behaved on set. How did people other than Justin perceive her on set? Busy, focused, in control. Like, I think a lot of people experienced her in a very positive way. Some people did not. Now, what Justin is saying his experience on set was of her, how does that compare to what it really was? I mean, I don't think they loved working together, but I think he is, I don't think he was as miserable as he says. Right, make sure if she was still nursing a baby, that would explain a lot. I didn't know that part. I did know they just had a baby though, so duh, I hadn't put that together. You know, I just read that a woman's brain after having a baby for like 2 years is a little different. So yeah, that could have been. So yeah, that could have been, that could have been. So, and I will tell you, I couldn't identify her. I only know her by name. I couldn't look at a picture of her and identify her. I can tell you that. Okay. So now, let's ask, how generally was Justin perceived on set? Yeah, see, a lot of the same cards that were coming up for Blake, like, I think it was sort of bad casting in a way in terms of how they were together. Did he sexually harass her? I think he did some things to make her feel uncomfortable. Now, was he intentionally trying to make her feel uncomfortable? Yeah. I think he's one of those guys. And like, okay, there are the guys who like, they know that they're predators and they enjoy being predators. I don't think he's one of them. Kenneth, I do see your question. I'm taking these in the order in which I see them. And I'll be happy to read yours when I get to yours. All right. So I think that Justin is probably the more talented at the craft of acting. But I think Justin is, Justin's a manipulator. And so I feel like he's the kind of guy who can make a person feel very uncomfortable, but by saying and doing those kinds of things that are very clearly off-putting, but where there's plausible deniability. So we all know those men who operate that way. What? I was just being friendly. Excuse me, that kind of thing. So he's not like the worst of the worst in this case, but he's the particular kind of bad where he leaves plausible deniability. So was he intentionally trying to get under her skin? Probably not. Probably not. Maybe a little. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Now, Blake Lively doing this is, and this, like, it's very Taylor Swift coded for me, because that's the whole thing with Taylor Swift is she's like, if people treat me bad, I'm going to talk about it and I'm not going to feel guilty about it. And I'm not going to think it's my fault that you're a douche canoe. And that's her own way. And so if your best friend is like that, you're going to be encouraged to do this. So I think that she is in this place of altruism, being like, I'm doing this for womanhood, kind of a way, rightly or wrongly. I think he, same freaking card, I think he's enjoying all the publicity and enjoying all the press and is enjoying, like, was it intentional to have a Scooter Braun connection here? Oh, abso-freaking-lutely. Absolutely. So I remain on Team Blake. Okay. Anna K, you don't see the T Swift appeal, probably because you've only heard the hits. The hits are meh. Listen to Folklore. Listen to Folklore 4, 5, 6 times. Listen to the Tortured Poets Department, and then talk to me about it. She's one of those artists, I think, where the hits are meh, but the body of work is prolific, poetic, lyrical, and deep AF. There it is. Okay, thank you to everyone who contributed to this. That was a lot of fun. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, I missed a little bit there. Barbie Bird, he seems like a bit of a narcissist, right? But a better actor. Excuse me. Iva Morris, I will look forward to you reaching out. Right, Ken Kilharius, Renata, Folklore and Evermore are what made me a Swiftie. Exactly right. And Folklore and Evermore are twin albums. I sort of like Folklore a little more, but maybe not really. So yes, Anna K, Folklore, Evermore, Tortured Poets Department. There it is. Barbie Bird, I love Midnights. Yes, I love Midnights too. I do. I was just listening. I was just listening to Midnights today, in fact. Absolutely, absolutely. Okay. But I think Anna K, to me, the appeal is she creates an incredibly positive community. She encourages people to talk about their heartache, but also to talk about their joy. Like, she's very, very expressive. She's super, super smart. Her lyrical references are amazing. I'm doing this weird side project where I'm making a reading list from the literary references in Tortured Poets Department, and it's extensive. And so, like, there's so much depth there. And you don't get that if you're just dancing to Shake It Off, right? So there it is. Yeah, Anna K. She doesn't do a lot. Like, she feeds a lot of people. You know, she contributes to a lot of food banks. I will share my reading list, Barbie Bird. Yeah. All right. So, let's get going here. Who is next? It's Mixuir, and thank you for helping out with that. Okay, I think I got all that. All right. If I missed anything in that conversation that I really need to see, bring it up. Yeah, Mixuir. I mean, she's so controversial anyway. So yeah, and I don't know, the only reason I can see that she's controversial is she's a woman who speaks her mind. She's like a clear Queen of Swords. And granted, Anna K, she doesn't speak your mind or the mind of most kind-hearted people in that regard. But, you know, she supported the Democratic presidential candidate, was not effective. So I'm not sure that it would help, right? So there it is. Okay. Melissa, I smell a condo over food, drinks at StaarCon about this. Yeah, so at StaarCon, I eat dinner at 9:30 p.m. Dinner and drinks, 9:30 p.m. in the bar restaurant. That's where I'll be, at the largest table possible. So everyone come and see me. Yeah, exactly, Anna Kay. Exactly. But honestly, who didn't? Who didn't? Which person didn't? Like, which group didn't? Like, yeah, it's a cluster F. So yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. Fair. But, you know, you might as well say I didn't. It would have that much effect. You know, no one with any real voice is doing anything that needs to be done. So what are you going to do? Prayer, I guess. All right. Here we go. Mix you ear. This week, both of my choirs start back. What do I need to know about going into this choir term, given the drama from last term? Oh, you lost 29 pounds? How'd you do it? You're now under 200 pounds. Good for you. That's fabulous. Well done. Okay. There's the question. And before I just get to that, I just want to see, Ronald Schaefer. Thank you so much. It's such a validation for things that have already risen up for me. Thank you for the reminder to be childlike and not judge it. Yeah. You are very welcome. Thanks for being here. All right, mix you ear. So, congratulations on the weight loss. Mix you ear. All right, so you have two choirs. Okay, here we go. Choir A, trans and non-binary. Choir B, LGBTQ choir. Choir A, we're going to start, and choir B was the one with the drama. I remember. And are you tenor or soprano this year, or this term? Which section are you sitting in? Oh, you're doing Weight Watchers. Good for you. Okay. Choir A is trans and non-binary. You may not love the song selections. Oh, you went with the tenors. Good. I'm glad you did. You may not love the song selections. I think there's going to be stuff going on here. What kind of stuff? Oh, asshole stuff. Man, there's always an asshole. But, so, I know that one's been your safe space. And you have real friends and allies there. And the thing is, if there is asshole drama there, it will be quickly squelched and everything will be fine. So don't let past traumas. Okay, regarding the trans and non-binary choir, here's the key. Don't let past traumas cause you to believe that if and when drama starts here, it's going to be a long, drawn-out, and unfair thing. I promise it won't be, so don't get triggered on that. And the thing I'm going to say is, you know, I was a theater kid. When is there ever not drama when there's a stage, you know? If we're in a choir, if we're in a theater, if we're in a play, there is always going to be drama because that's literally what it is. It's literally drama. So yeah, there it is. Okay. Yes. So now choir B, where I am aware of the specific drama. Choir B, I think you're going to be right to be right. Us drama kids are dramatic, right? That's the point, right? And here, like, we know we have this one problematic person in the tenor section who I think is going to be a little better this year or this semester because I think this person has had a talking to. There will be some things that don't feel good or don't feel right, but there will also be some things that don't feel good and don't feel right. But you're there to have a voice, not just a singing voice, but also a speaking voice when it's necessary. And I think it's going to be like better than you're worried it's going to be. It's a little dicey, but it's not that bad. And I think musically, y'all are a force with which to be reckoned. And like, it's so worth it to be part of that. So musically, it's going to come together very well. And when we look at choir A, musically, it's going to have some problems. Like, I think some song selection issues, some leadership issues. There's going to be some problems structurally with choir A. Make sure my focus is on shutting up at choir B so that when you make a well-placed client, it will be heard. That's the great thing about being quiet, quiet, quiet until it's time to speak. All right. Did that answer it? I hope it did. Let me know. Who's up next? It's Smile Soul 20. I'm so happy to see you. Thanks for being a member for more than 3 years. I've been trying to find another job for maybe 7 months, either working from home or a regular gig. Because the current situation, people have been not speaking to me, not treating you right. That's been going on for a long one. That's been going on for a long time. So I understand, and I think you're doing the right thing. My question is, will I find another job within the next 2 months? Honestly, Smile Soul 20, you totally could. It could totally happen. Put all your energy into it. You know this is never a guarantee. You know that. But it really, really could. It really could. Talk to people you know. Talk to everybody you know. Joyous Ocean, I'm trying so hard to think of a question. Choir A is inexperienced. I think they're choosing a song that's too ambitious. Yeah. Songs that are too ambitious. Yeah, that feels right. You know, like choir B can do anything. Choir A is trying to like emulate choir B, but that's like, you know, a middle schooler emulating a college student. You know, they're not there yet. And they need to do the songs that sound great, but are easier. Spoken by like the amateur musician I am. Okay, Barbie Bird, stand by. I'm getting to you very quickly, so stand by. I really do appreciate it, y'all, when you're able to be here when I'm doing your question, because I may have questions about your question. Okay, so Joanne Ellis. Oh my gosh, make sure that makes so much sense. And you know that's a problem too, because if they don't feel good about it, they'll drop out. Joanne Ellis, here we go. I would like to ask the cards if my daughter will get kicked off her chemistry course. She's been up and down with it, and it's not easy. It could happen. Like, if she wants this, she can do this, and I think she can manage to stay there. But she's going to have to make some changes to stay there, so it depends on how much she wants it. All right. And Joanne, let me say another thing about that. I'm not sure. I think she's capable of it. I think there's ways she wants it, but there's ways she doesn't. If she wants to make this work, she may need to get a private tutor to help. Okay. Playboy Bunny, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. How is Jonathan feeling about me currently? He really, really enjoys you, but it feels more like friendship. It feels more friendship than it does romantic. It could even be like friends with benefits, or like I don't know if either of you have someone else, but it's almost like a side piece kind of energy. So it's positive, but I don't know if it's positive in the way you want it to be. All right, Barbie Bird, you're here, I'm here. We're going to do this thing. Hang on, this requires tea. Tea for the tea. This is what I refer to as my StaarCon mug. It will be with me at StaarCon. It is my StaarCon mug because I got it off the swap table. We have a swap table at StaarCon. Whatever stuff, tarot decks, books, jewelry, whatever that you don't want, you bring it. Bianca, I haven't gotten to you yet. You're good. So I got that. It was rosemary sunflowers, and now it's mine. All right, here we go. Barbie Bird, I'm ready. Help me suss out these dudes. Oh, my favorite. Things got busy lately. I think a great psychic told you that would happen. Sorry. I recently started to hang out with M, an acquaintance. Okay, I'm going to start with hanging out. Hanging out means a lot of things. Does hanging out include hooking up? Here's Mick Shearer in the tea. Yeah, I got it. Just tell me, in this context, does hanging out include hooking up casually? Okay. Yes, okay. I figured that's what the quotation marks meant. You know, like I read for college kids and they're like, I'm talking to this guy. Talking to means hooking up. My grandma self had to figure that out. Tamini Queen, spill the tea. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Okay. 36-year-old Gen Z. Got it. Okay, here we go. So we're hanging out with M, an acquaintance from before you moved away and now you're back in Toronto. Great thing about moving to a city you used to know. What do I need to, or used to be in? What do I need to know about him? He seemed like someone who would just be interested in dating, but pretty sure he's just a mess and good at projecting a more put together vibe. Okay, I'm going to stop there and just answer that question. Then we're going to keep going. Okay. So, who is M as a human being? Oh, he likes you. He likes you, and I don't hate him, but I don't love him either. He likes you. He's a fixer-upper model, right? Like, once in a while, those work out, and I'm not saying this couldn't work out, but he is a hot mess. He is, right? And you're like, I don't hate him, and I don't love him either, right? You may be getting the best he has to offer right now, the way the relationship is. Gemini Sun having way too much fun here. But, I mean, I do this not only because this is what I do, but, like, this is really how I read. Like, if you sit with me, this is how it goes. More in depth, obviously, and takes longer. But, you know, it is teaching a skill here, right? A fixer-upper model, right? His communication sucks. And how fixable is he? I mean, we're all fixer-upper models in some way. He's not the worst, but I'm not sure he's the best. So let's keep going. Like, I don't want to completely put you off him, but Barbie Bird, the size. Right. Okay. Make sure. As someone who's had readings with you, yes, and it's delightful. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. On New Year's Eve, another acquaintance who I always like to see around, and he said the same to me in the past, made a move and kissed me. Now, okay, the New Year's Eve, was it, okay, Barbie Bird right here. Was it the New Year's kiss where he was just going around and kissing everyone? Or was it more of a kiss? You need to let me know. He drove you home and so did he kiss you? Like, oh, you got it from another person? A New Year's Eve kiss from another person? He got out of the car and gave you a hug and kissed you. Oh. Oh, sorry. Y'all, I often say the reason I do this is because I'd probably just be a horrible gossip otherwise. And this way, there's purpose to my... Okay. He doesn't have a great rep from the past, but he's always been lovely to me. What do I need to know about A? Or is that just a one-off? Okay, here we go. And for everyone following along, I think there's going to be 4 of these altogether. We're on number 2. You go, Barbie Bird. I could not be more proud of you. My heart is just swollen with pride right now. Okay, here we go. So, what do you need to know about him? He doesn't have a good reputation for a reason. He's always been lovely to you. That's true. It's good to be a friend. That's okay, Barbie. You're doing. We're having fun. We're here for it. This is good. I think he's good for a friend. Like when you knew him before, Barbie, when you knew him before, were you romantically involved? I think he's good for a friend, but I don't trust him for a boyfriend. I think he'd be a better friend than a boyfriend. That's what I think about him. Now, what are his intentions? He was trying to get busy with you that night. He was hoping to get laid New Year's Eve. He was hoping... Friends with benefits, maybe. No, we were not, but I had a little crush on him once in a while. Right. He was hoping that it was going to be friends with benefits that night, and we're out of the car. He gives you a hug and a kiss. He was hoping you were going to be like, you want to come in for a drink? That was the move. All right. So I don't love that one so much, but, whatever. He's a fine friend with... Okay, I don't think. The thing about friends with benefits is they have to be really good at the benefit. I just have a theory that he wouldn't be. Just saying. Okay, but you've kissed him, so maybe you know something I don't know. Okay, who's next? You're going to a hockey game later with S, my old boss. What's going on there? I'm not romantically interested. Yeah. You guys are having too much fun in here. All right. Joyous Ocean, please stop making me spit coffee. Sorry, no, never. Okay. Here we go. The old boss is so interested in you, and he's your old boss. So he is going to try to woo you. That's what this is. I think, the thing is, he might also, it could be a lot going on here all at one time. Like there's some part of here that is probably just professional, keeping tabs. Maybe he has something to offer you professionally, but there might be something more. So just stay casual, professional. This is business casual, man. Stay that way. Okay. Lastly, D. Oh, not the D. Is this the D? He says he wants to truly date and that he loves you. Oh my gosh, this is getting thick. The D. He's back and now he's upped the ante. He loves you. He is professing his love for you. Oh my gosh. I'm pretty sure he doesn't even know what that means. Is he capable of changing it all? I'm open to the fun of the adult kind, but ultimately I'm looking for a connection. What advice do the cards have for me as I navigate most men between flaky and awful communicators and only want sex? Right. Okay, so full benefit of the doubt. I am giving D the full benefit of the doubt. I don't think that he's like, I'm just going to tell her I love her because I don't think it's that. I think he really is feeling something for you, but I think you're right. He doesn't know what that means. I think you're right. You're right. If you acquiesce, and say, okay, let's date. I will give you this opportunity. I will give you this opportunity, and let's define dating. We are not dating exclusively. You may reach out to me, pick me up, take me out. You may text me and call me. And we'll see how that goes. And if it goes well, we will make an agreement to be exclusive. You offer him that, and if I don't like the way it's going, it's done. You offer him that, and he'll put up a fight. So here it is. Here it is. Offer him that and see his reaction, because if he is really looking for a chance with you, he is showing up at your door with flowers to take you out. I don't think... Look at that, man. That's how he's going to meet your offer. 5 of Swords, 5 of Cups. I think it'll be funny to see his reaction. So that's how you do that. And so what advice do the cards have for you in dating in general? Now, an inexperienced reader would say, don't do it because you'll never find love. Luckily, I'm not an inexperienced reader. What I'm going to say is, you've never seen the thing you're looking for. Oh, Lumen, you missed a bunch, a whole bunch. Sorry, it's almost worth like going back and hearing it, I think. But anyway, but stick with us now. You can do that later. Okay. Anyway, I feel like it's like I've never seen a duck-billed platypus. I know they exist. I've never seen one. The kind of man you want to be with and be in a relationship exists, but you've never seen it, which makes it hard to find. So I think you have to sort of believe in the existence of a better creature. Yeah, and just sort through till you find it. Yeah, and there it is. There it is. And I think that's the way it is for a lot of people. Like it's a needle in a haystack, and you just have to be like, you're hay, you're hay, you're hay. and be like that. Yes. Cool girl, I have not gotten to you yet. All right. Thus concludes the weekly segment of Barbie's dating life. I'm sorry. We just have so much fun. Okay. Okay. Glad it was helpful. Now, right in the middle of there was Damini. Good to see you. Venkat, your person approached you to confess that he loves you. He is currently in love with you. Let's see. Huh. Yeah, wear a fat sweater, Barbie. Damini, I don't see this. I mean, even if there is an approach, I don't see this necessarily working out. I do think there will be some kind of approach, some kind of conversation, but make sure that make sure that that this person treats you correctly. That's the key. Barbie, I don't mean a sweater that makes you look fat. I meant like a loose sweater. Exactly that. Like a thick, loose sweater. So it doesn't look like you're trying to show him your attributes. I don't mean a sweater that makes you look fat. I meant like a chunky sweater, or yeah, a loose sweater. Yes. So that loose would have been the correct word. Yes. Okay, Damini, when he approaches you, will he tell you he loves you? He'll express interest. I don't know if the word love will be used. But I think interest will be expressed. Okay. Dr. Aled, good to see you. Damini, how do you know? How do you know he currently is? You're up next, Dr. Aled. Damini, how do you know he currently is? Like, I think he is sad that you're not talking to him. I think he is interested. But are you interested in him? Like, I don't know that you're interested in him really necessarily. And I don't know that he's really in love with you, but I do think he is definitely attracted and interested. He told somebody else. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. Be careful here. Just be careful. All right. I think he'll be too shy to say it to you, but he will express interest, but will be too shy to say it to you. All right, Dr. Aled, an interview for a language arts teacher for the middle school, literally across the street. What do the cards say about the position? So we all remember that the high school math position was some kind of circle of hell. Okay, 1 second. Damini, could it blossom into love? It could. It could be problematic love, though. It could blossom into love, but it could be difficult. So just take it slowly and make sure you know this person well. Because we all know love does not necessarily always mean a happy outcome. All right. Okay. Dr. Aled. So we know, okay, the high school spot was vacated by you pretty quickly after you took it. Would language arts for the middle school be better? Oh, God, no. No, God. Oh, okay. I am so sorry. I cannot. Oh, good God. We're going to work through this. Okay. If you do the interview, would you likely get the job? I mean, like, this could be worse than the one you left. Good God. I mean, I'm sure you're going to get it, but this could be really hard. But what would it be like really working here? There'd be some good parts to it. You could do it. Would it be right for you to take the job, even though we think it's going to suck terribly? Probably yes. So, and I mean, I think it's pretty typical that in 2004, 2005, when a teacher's position needs to be filled in the middle of the school year, there's very often that says something, right? And what is the biggest problem with this school? The leadership. What's the problem with the leadership? Incompetence. How will that show up for you? You will have to really ingratiate yourself to leadership to get anything. Can you do that and have that work out okay? For a short period of time, maybe. I'm really sorry. I don't mean to be negative, but there it is. All right, Renata, Quinn Kilhari, it's so good to see you. What happened Was what happened yesterday a coincidence, a punishment, or a blessing in disguise? What a wonderful question. And it could be more than one thing at the same time. Okay, and let me just finish up Damini here. When will you be in a relationship? I think you are actively working to find a person who is right. And I think there are candidates. I think it's probably a few months away before there's something really good. But I think you're on your way. All right. What happened yesterday, Renata? Totally a blessing. Totally freaking a blessing. And without question, oh, no, Renata, don't go away. Damini, I meant, is it him? Not necessarily. Maybe yes, not necessarily. Yeah, not necessarily. Maybe yes, maybe no. And my idea is like maybe yes, but then pretty quickly no. All right, Renata, what happened yesterday is going to serve you in a big way. Obviously, you don't see that yet, but it will. I promise you it will. It will, it will, it will. All right. Lisa E., good to see you. Thanks for being here. Do I see you staying in your condo or selling and moving in 2025? If moving, where? Okay. I think you'd like to leave. If you did, if you put your condo on the market, I think you could, I think it would be a little tricky to sell, but I think you could sell it. But you'd have to be really careful about where you move to. Does this seem like something you want? I'm going to say the time soon. I'm going to say not quite yet. Maybe revisit this 6 months in and do it toward the end of the year, but I feel like not quite yet. Unless you have a very clear vision for a place to move that is appropriate and you want to jump now. And if you did want to jump now, I would say be careful. Maybe not, maybe not, maybe not. Okay, Bianca, I see you. Notice it. Stay in the chat. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Okay. Okay, so Lisa, I'm going to say, I see that you want to. I see that there could be ways that it's good, but you got to be really careful here. It's got to be just the right thing. Okay, Sundial 40, it's good to see you. I'm curious about an old flame. I think about him sometimes and wonder what the cards say about our potential to reconnect and if he wishes things had been different. Okay. Is there a potential to reconnect? There is. There is a potential for reconnection, yes. Or at least a conversation. I don't necessarily mean getting back together, but a conversation for sure. Does he wish things had been different? I don't know. I don't know. I think, like, when he thinks about that time, yes, he does wish things had been different. Yes. And if you were to sort of reach out and find him and reconnect, what I'm going to say is I don't think he's changed much. So he is who he is. And we have these 2 9s here that kind of describe it, right? There are ways he's got a lot going for him, and there are ways he is really wounded and has not healed. So is it in your best interest to try to reconnect there? In my opinion, maybe not, but your mileage may vary. DH, it's so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than a year. I love this. I have 2 trips planned this month. What do the cards suggest I do to make the most of my experience? So we're going to do trip 1 and trip 2. Trip 1 being the first, trip 2 being the second. Trip 1 is all about nurturance. You're nurturing yourself, or you're nurturing someone else, or it's people nurturing each other. And it feels like there's a social piece to it and a difficult piece to it. And so just be kind to yourself and don't put yourself in social situations that you don't want to be in. Trip 2. Trip 2 looks like kind of fun and healing and informative and communicative. Trip 2 in some ways looks like the better trip, where there feels like something lovely and social in a really good way and kind and spiritual and really good. So that didn't answer your question. You were asking what to do to make the best of the experience. So let me take another hit at that. First trip, take care of your own comfort and be clear about what you want. Second trip, be open to learning everything you need to learn from every part of situations, but don't attach yourself to anything or anyone you don't want to. Cool girl. I'm wanting some advice on how to go forward. Been up in my head lately. All right. So there's so much in your life that is actually just good. The first thing you need to do is make a gratitude list. Really, a list of things that are good, because you're up in your head thinking about wishing things had been different, or wishing you'd done something different, or not having closure to something, or replaying old things in your head. And so gratitude is the beginning of closure. So it's gratitude and closure. And you get closure by recognizing that you have in every single moment done the best you know how to do. And you can only be responsible for you. And if other people are going to be how they're going to be, that's how it is. So you're not responsible. You're not responsible for anybody else's douchery. And that's how you go forward. Does that help? Let me know. Love is the trend. What's coming toward me in love? Cool girl, good. Glad that works. Okay. What's coming toward me in love? Definitely the ability to meet some new people, possibly online. Someone, or at least one, maybe more. Love is the trend. I'm glad you're here. But then I think you're going to meet someone really good. Like, I think you could be pretty close to meeting the person who is the one. Now, that's a dangerous thing for me to say. Because if I say that, I think you're close to meeting the person who is the one. And then you tomorrow meet some ass rabbit douche canoe who's dressed up, you know, those polished turd people, you know what I'm talking about. They look great. They're charismatic. They're love bombing in the beginning. It is cosmic and fabulous. And once you're in it, right? When I say to you, you're going to meet someone soon, do not assume it's the next one you meet. Because this is where I could inadvertently do a lot of damage to you, and I do not want to do that. You must vet them. And when I say soon, that could be tomorrow, that could be a year from now. So take it with all of those caveats and warnings and be happy. Good, understandable, good. That was something I had to learn in my practice, because early on, you know, people would come back and say, well, you know, you said I was going to meet someone, and then I did meet someone, but then this was what happened. I was like, oh gosh, well, if you had recognized, I mean, I didn't say this to them at the time, I was kind, but what I want to say is, well, if you had recognized that one was that way and gotten rid of them sooner, you know, you'd find the right one sooner. But I recognize that my words ring in their ear, and, you know, so we want to be careful. Bianca Terra, I've had that happen to me once before. The reader kept saying he was the one. He ended up ghosting me. Yeah, thank you for saying that. Messed with my head. I've learned to trust myself and know that relationships are meant to be healthy and consistent, not this up and down confusion. Right. And like, I got the Two of Cups like 3 times in a reading for someone. They ended up breaking up 2 weeks later. Like, love is the hardest thing to predict. I think tarot and the work we do is really helpful in relationship stuff to help us understand what's going on. But predictively, love is way too magical to be entirely predictable. And there it is. Okay. And who is up next? It's Jenny. Will studying for C be worthwhile? Or should I just get a regular job? Okay. I mean, either would work. I kind of like the just get a regular job. The studying for C, like, if you go that route, it's good. It's a lot of, well, it's harder. It's harder, but like in the long run, which would be better? Studying for C or just getting a job? So here's the thing. I'm going to switch it up. In the short run, much easier to get a job. In the long run, studying for C is hard, 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 and you have to be ready for hard, hard, hard. I'm not saying you should do it, but if you do it, you would be happy with the outcome in the long run, but it would take a long time. Much easier to just go get a job, and that would be fine too. But there is some advantage if you can withstand what that study would be and what that would take. Right, Bianca, you're absolutely right, because people have free will. Same reader said to me, my ex would never talk again. He reached out last year and sent an apology. Human beings are complex. Yeah, absolutely. All right. Hey, Lisa McCord, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Oh my gosh, I've been dating someone new for about 6 weeks. Ooh! Will this work or fizzle? I really like him. I've spent the last 2 years working on me, so I'm ready for a good one. And you deserve a good one, Lisa. Oh my gosh. Okay. And here's another way I'm about to do damage. So you know me. You and I know each other personally. Because you come to my meetup. There's potential. There's potential. Does this say, oh my gosh, you're going to marry him? Maybe. Or not. But there is real potential. So now we're going to say, oh, Jenny, that's good feedback. Thank you. Okay. So what is the worst? This new person you're dating, what is the worst he can be? I think he can get in his head some. I think he has some cycles or patterns that aren't the best, don't we all? I think maybe he can be a little antisocial. Doesn't seem terrible. What's the best he can be? Assuming this is not the narcissistic son, but the actual happy, confident, intelligent son, hardworking, think outside the box, able to do things even when he has a cold, and maybe even emotionally mature, and maybe even respectful. So far, so good, Lisa. So far, so good. Advice for this going forward? Go forward with confidence. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. If it works, it works, but go forward with confidence. I feel good about it, at least for now. Claire C., it's good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 3 years. Will my grandson attend the University of Florida next year? Excuse me. Unclear. I don't know. Did he get accepted? Is this about getting accepted, or is this about like getting accepted but then maybe not deciding to attend? Because I think there is some uncertainty about it. I think he could, and I think it would be good for him, but there may be some issue, some other extenuating issues. I would say if he has a choice, it would be good for him, really. All right, Kenneth King, thank you so much for being here. Thanks for bringing this question back, as you said you would. Okay, so Claire C., he is accepted and plans to attend. Kenneth, you're up next. Claire C., he's accepted and plans to attend. So I don't see anything specifically that would keep him from going unless for some reason he chose not to. And I do I think it would be good for him. I would encourage him to follow through. All right, Kenneth King, here it is. There's a woman that you work with, you've been dating for about a month. She's so far, now you've only known her for a month. When you say she's everything that you've prayed for, that's a tall order in a month. So she may seem like she's everything that you've prayed for, but a month is too early to really know that. Okay, and vice versa. I'm deeply in love with her. Again, I'm going to say it's only been a month. I understand those feelings, but a month in, we don't know if that's limerence, infatuation, intense attraction, chemistry, or actual love. We don't know yet. We know that's what it feels like, though. Okay. Even though, and you know it's early to say, good for you. I'm deeply in love with her, even though it's too early to say that. But that's how I deeply feel. I get it. I want to know if this is meant to be and we're going to be together for years to come. Well, Kenneth King, true. And here's the thing. I mean, I can tell you that, within a month of dating the person I've been married to for we've been together for more than 30 years. I felt all of that early on, and it did turn out to be true. But I had felt similarly in the past, maybe not exactly, but similarly, and where it didn't, And so those feelings do not predict what's going to happen. Now, when you ask this question, you make it sound like there is a foregone conclusion. And with relationships, there can't be. There is no way to make that prediction. That's what I was saying earlier. Love is way too magical to be predictable. And Bianca said a really smart thing. It's because we have free will. Love is a choice that we make every day. In a 30-year relationship, you can imagine that there have been certain things, that could have caused things to go a different way. It's the choices you make. So now, let's take a look. The real question here cannot be a future prediction. The real question here is really twofold, Kenneth. It's what can we know about compatibility, where things are going to be easy, where things are going to be hard, and what advice can we have about how to give this the very best opportunity that it can have. So let's do that. And I know how exciting it is when you meet someone and you're like, oh, could this be the one? So let's see. When we look at who this person is, I like her already. I'm going to tell you that. I like her already. Now, I'll tell you something else. There are readers who are predictive readers. Bianca Tarot, this is why I love your readings. Very grounded yet magical at the same time. Thank you. That is exactly what I'm going for. Thank you. All right. So, okay. I think she's pretty honest. And okay, there are readers who call the Six of Cups the soulmate card, would suggest that your soul knows her soul, that you have a past life connection. And I don't talk in those terms very often, but there are readers, just in full disclosure, there are readers who would look at this card and say, yes, you are meant to be together. You've been together in other lifetimes. You'll be together in this lifetime. I don't talk that way. I don't think that way. But full disclosure, there are readers who would say that. So what I will say about her is I think she's honest. I think she's kind. I think she can be playful. I think she's had a lot of hurt, but she has been able to heal. I think she's intelligent. I think she's a big picture thinker. There's a lot I like about her, for reals. And when I look at compatibility between the two of you, I think you both have histories. And so you're both bringing in a lot of baggage, and there's some family stuff. I don't know if this is for you, for her, or both, but there's some generational issues. So your issues are going to be, and isn't this true for so many of us? Your issues are going to be stuff from the past. You're going to have to unlearn old behaviors. You're going to have to let go of expectations. And you're going to have to not let family interfere. And you're going to have to make sure that you communicate well and trust each other. That's what I have to say. But definitely you are encouraged to pursue this carefully, cautiously, and most importantly, with good communication. Let me know what you think. All right. Cassandra Revelta, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 2 years. Your daughter, Adeline, is starting pre-K 3 on Tuesday. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. I remember, you were on this channel when you were pregnant. Oh my gosh. At your school. Fingers crossed. How's that going to go for us? So, okay, it's a mixed bag, really. So here we are. She is very ready, I think, for school. Like, I'm not worried about her. You, knowing she's there sort of in the building with you, I think we'll be pretty good with it, but also, like, it's weird. It's a difference. And I think, like, the classroom she's in, see, this is where I think it's going to be a problem. I think the classroom she's in is not going to be the best, and it's going to be hard because you are like fellow teachers. And so how do you be a coworker and a parent at the same time? That's where you're going to have issues. Kenneth King, I like that a lot. Okay, good. All right. Anna K, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. We appreciate you so much. Okay, here it is. Your year started pretty shitty. I am so sorry. A robbery in your rental property and now a big leak in your apartment from the neighbors above. Oh, love it when that happens. Is this how the whole year is going to be? Should I brace myself? Or are better days at the horizon? So I have a New Year theory. If your New Year starts out really great, then it's perfectly fine to claim that as this is how the year is going to go. If your New Year starts out really shitty, then what you have to do is like go the black-eyed peas route, where if you eat poor in the beginning of the year, you'll be wealthy by the end of the year, right? So I don't think we should ever see... I don't think we should ever view bad luck in the beginning of the year as something that's going to follow us, but let's take a look for you. How do we think this year is going to go for you, Anna Kay? Oh, it's going to get so much better. So much better. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Potential for romance. Potential for real balance and real peace and real spiritual connection. Potential for adventure and joy and growth. Making decisions that are really great. Closure to the past. This is so good for you. This is so good for you, Anna Kay. So not to worry, not to worry. Jenny, good to see you. Thanks for being here. I'm glad you're here. It has been a long time. I have friends that want to reconnect, but I'm hesitant because of their past negativity. Should I take a chance with them again? I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say yes. Just be really clear about your boundaries. And if you don't like something, then let it go. You know, let the friendship go. But I think another chance is warranted in this case. Okay, Bianca Tarot. We're here. We're here. Yeah, Anna Kay, I love that. Leftovers from 2024. Here we go. Okay, this is for Anna Kay. We are sweeping away all of that for you, Anna Kay. Sweeping all of that away. And let's bring in some good stuff for you, and as you were speaking about earlier, for the whole world. No, Anna Kay, hang in there. Come to StaarCon. Okay. Here we go. Bianca Tarot, you're here, I'm here. How is B's relationship with his sister, Nida? Do you want me to scroll back for clarity, or you want, oh, here it is. Or no, here it's not. Do you have, did you, okay. but you have context to the question. Okay, yeah, go ahead. Give me your context now as I shuffle. There it is. Yes, we do, Anna Kay. I agree. Jenny, thank you. Really appreciate it. This is what I have felt. My husband's felt differently, but I'm going with my gut feelings and be honest. Yeah, just be willing to have good boundaries if you need them. And when don't we need them, really? Okay, Bianca Tara, here it is. So B is my ex who went the wrong path in life, went to jail, whole story. His sister is Nida, and I spoke to her some years ago. I feel so bad for his family, so I sent my condolences. Okay. So, how is B's relationship with his sister, Nida? I mean, I think it's sad. I think there is love. I don't think there's a lot of communication. But I think there is, it's hard. It's hard. I think there is love, though, and I think there is some support there. So, excuse me. Did that answer the question? I think they are a very religious family, and it just kind of shocked everyone. Yeah. Yeah, his actions. Yeah. I think their love, and I think maybe they're finding their way to some forgiveness and redemption. So yeah. Okay. Oh, and I'm going to go one. Lily, you're up next. Bianca. Like, the thing is, I think how the family feels about his actions, like, in a way, I feel like they make some excuses for it. Like, I think they are a family who can cast blame shift. So I think there's some blame shifting going on too. So there's that. Okay. Lily, thanks for being a member. Good to see you. Thanks for being a member for more than 2 years. Thanks for using members only emojis. Does Spirit have any messages for me? So not a specific question. I'll go ahead and honor it anyway. There is a lot of work here to do in a few different ways. One is about your home. One is about sort of making sure family relationships are the way they need to be. And another is about building your life the way you want it to be. And it's all of that, and there is so much of it. But I think you have what you need. I think money, health, well-being, all the things, you have what you need. And so it's just a matter of doing what you need to do. That's how I see it. Yeah, Bianca, that is a very true statement. But I also feel like that lack of taking accountability is, yeah, it is. I agree. The whole thing is confusing and difficult, and there it is. All I can say is it's good that this person is your ex, and it's really good you did not be like, you in that family feels like that would be a real difficulty. So yeah. Okay, Jenny Berlin, good to see you. Okay, we're yelling this question. I feel like I should get a megaphone. What month will my legal issue be over, please? My guess is sometime in the summer, between June and August. Between June and August. Michelle F., good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than a year. Thanks for using members only emojis. A lot of creative stuff in the works. What does the universe want me to know about these upcoming projects? Fabulous. Well, A, they're smart and good and you should do them. And B, you're going to like get in your own way about them and feel like, I shouldn't do them, but you should do them. And you don't have to necessarily pick and choose. They're all good. Okay. Revival of Venus. How is the economy looking in the U.S. for the upcoming year? I guess that really depends on who you are, Like, when we say the economy, it's such a funny thing because it's different for different people. And the perception, right? So how will people who are heavily invested in the stock market do in 2025? Probably not well. How will the jobs market be in 2025? Probably not great. How will inflation be in 2025? Slowed. Inflation is slowed, it already has. So what will the perception of the economy be in 2025? There will be a perception of improvement because that's what's been worked on for a period of time. We know who'll take credit for it and we know who really deserves the credit, but there it is. And I think like the concern people have is about the tariffs. And I think that's going to be fought big time. Yeah, Nick, you're not wrong about that. You are not wrong about that. All right. Teresa, thanks for being a member. Thanks for being a moderator. Thanks for being a member for more than 3 years. S sent you a friend request on FB. We have many local friends in common. I sent a message to say hello. He saw it and didn't reply. What's up with this guy? I was interested, but Def won't message again. So I'm going to say like a friend request because we have mutuals. Like we have mutuals. And so Facebook says you might know this person. Friend request doesn't necessarily require a texting conversation. And so I think that's all that is. So did this person, like, was there like greater interest because of the friend? No, I feel like this is just, we know some of the same people. Cool. And could this be a person who could be a romantic interest in the long run? Maybe, but I don't think necessarily that's what this request was about. So there may be an energy there in the future. Okay, Santiago, good to see you. Money, work, and finances. I feel like you need to be very careful about the decisions that you make. There may be some people who want to encourage you to do certain things or invest in certain things that will not be good for you. So do not let people lead you astray. Make your own decisions. All right. Hang on, here we go. Nick, good to see you. Thanks for being a member. I appreciate you. Teresa, that works for me. Cool. Okay. Thanks for using members-only emojis as well, Nick. I actually have a question for once. Well, two, but one's not as juicy, so it can be dealer's choice when or if you get to me. Okay, give me the questions and... give me the questions. Or do you mean dealer's choice? Like, I just have to choose what, like, I know what question I would ask for you. It's not juicy, but I think it's important. So let me know. Do you have a question? Let me know. I will, oh, there are 2 comments down. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Going. Are they though? Okay, here we go. I found him. Okay, someone remind me, because this is where I'm going to get lost. Someone remind me that Gemini Sun is up next for me, okay? If I'm not doing Gemini Sun next, I'm doing it wrong. Okay, so here we go. Okay. Should I adopt another senior cat to keep Honey company? And what can I know about my future romantic partner? Okay, we're going to do the cat. Okay, does Honey want another cat? I mean, Honey is pretty happy. If you got a senior cat, I don't think Honey has any need for a new cat. I think Honey is perfectly happy as we are. The question is, could you use another cat? Would another cat in the house be good for you? Nick, get the freaking cat. It's not for Honey, it's for you. But would Honey be okay with a new cat? Not thrilled, but you could work it out. It would be all right. All right, so now scrolling back, and I remember, yes, you do. I think you really do. I think you do. But if you really don't, then there's no need to get one. Don't do it for Honey. I think a new cat would be really good for you. But Honey doesn't need one. And would almost prefer you not to get one, so there's that. So do as thou will. Okay, I am going back, and I'm going back to Gemini Sun. Here we go. And of those 2 questions, I thought the cat question was almost the juicier one. So there you go. All right, Gemini Sun, thanks for being a moderator. We appreciate you. You and B's relationship for this year. I feel like there are some difficulties here. I think there is love. I think that there's ability to make things work pretty well. But you can't just rely on the love. You have to sort out the practical stuff. If you can really learn how to communicate with each other about the practical things and not sort of bring old fear in, I think there could be a huge amount of healing and a nice foundation for the future. That's what would be necessary. All right. Here we go. Okay, scrolling through. And here we go. Okay, Joyous Ocean, it's your turn. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than a year. This is a hard one. My mother is not aging well, and I'm not sure how to support her, so I give her a lot of space. Is there something else I could or should be doing? She's falling more. She's aging. I think there could be a lot of mental health issues that were undiagnosed being exacerbated by her age, but I don't know how to support her. So any idea? All right. I mean, she won't let you do a lot. You know, I feel like you can only do as much for her as she will let you do. And I don't think she'll let you do a lot. And I think she is where she is because she's making the choices she's making. And I recognize, yes, that's a mental health issue, but it doesn't feel like it's severe enough for you to go through the process of conservatorship. And I don't feel like you really need that energy, and I don't think she would really enjoy it. So I don't feel like there's a lot you can do. Yeah, I don't think there's a lot. I don't think there's a lot. Oh, Nick, the cat distribution system. Yeah, it will do its thing too. But yeah, no, Honey is fine. Honey is perfectly happy. So yeah, Joyous Ocean, there's nothing more you can do from what I can see. So don't feel guilty about it. Okay. Ravena, good to see you. Thanks for being here. I would like to know if the spell I did at the crossroads on New Year's Eve worked, and if it will take a long time for me to notice the results. And thank you so much for your kind words. Love your channel. Your classes are the best. Thank you. If you like that, you should come to StaarCon. The link is right in the description. Okay. The spell absolutely worked without question, and you should notice the results within 6 months. Okay, Jenny Berlin, I already did you. Okay. Here we go. Okay. I'm just scrolling through, everyone. I'm sorry. I'm just scrolling through looking for the next question. Okay, Lumen, it's you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. We appreciate you. I have a question about DL. He reached out to me 2 days ago, texted, then called. I ignored the call, then blocked him. I feel like him reaching out is a test from the universe. Curious as to what he wanted. And is me staying no contact the right direction? What did he want? Your comfort and your company. That's what he's looking for. And is staying no contact the right thing? Lumen, it's the only thing. I don't think you have a choice. I think for your own well-being, it's the only thing you can do. It's the only thing that allows you to make change and move on. You are very welcome, Ravena. All right. Scrolling. Princess, you are up next. Hang on 1 second. I saw you and then I lost you. Good Lord. There you are. In what ways can I heal to have a better 2025? Well, that is a really smart question to ask of the cards. Very well done. And the answer is do not shy away from the truth. There's the truth and there's what you wish the truth was. Do not shy away from the truth. Keep your own peace. Do not let people steal your peace. And do not let other people bullshit you. That will help. Okay, scrolling through again. And while I scroll through, I will remind you that StaarCon is just around the corner. There is a link to learn about it and get your tickets. Join us in person or online. There is even a $10 virtual ticket. So you want to be there. Okay. Adrija Roy, good to see you. What does 2025 look like? Michelle F., I'm pretty sure I did you. I am pretty sure I did you. Yes, 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 I did you. You're there. You missed your reading, but I did it. Okay. Adrija Roy, 2025 for you, I think a lot more trusting yourself and a lot more not believing other people's crap, a lot of healing, some travel, work, good things for the future. The thing that's not showing up here that we want to see is romance. So let's ask this. What can we know about your love life in 2025? Oh, okay. There is a lot of healing. There is a lot of healing. And there is a lot of healing and there is a lot of potential as well, Adrija. So Kenneth, I'm only doing one question, so you can ask those next week. But I am going to say this. I do have faith in God that it will work out between me and the woman I'm dating. What does God have to do with that? Honestly. I mean, I really, if just having faith that God would make our relationships work, there would never be a divorce. Like, I don't understand that at all. You know, faith in a higher power is a wonderful thing, and it should cause you to abide by a doctrine of respect and kindness that will help your relationship work better. But the idea that God's going to interfere in your relationship, when is that ever? I know one time God interfered in a relationship, and it was between Mary and Joseph and 2,000 years ago. And never again since. So there's that. But definitely save those questions for next time. Okay. Okay. Who is next? It's Joy Isle. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. I appreciate you. What direction should you be taking with career and love in 2025? Very good. Do not worry or catastrophize anything, and in neither work nor love should you trust dishonest people. When we look at career, I think you have to figure out what you really want and what you want to fight for and what is possible for you to fight for. I feel like there's been a lot of confusion, and, you know, it might work to see a career counselor. It might work to brush up on particular skills, but I feel like you need to figure out what you want to fight for. When it comes to love in 2025, we've seen those two cards together before. That's been a source of a lot of anxiety, but I see better things this year. So I think you're going to have to really work to figure out what you want and what you want to do with career. But I think with love, there could be some real opportunity for someone trustworthy to come into your life. So be open to that. All right. From my perspective, I've answered every question. I want to thank you so much for being here with me. I've also come to the end of my available time, so it is a wrap for today. I hope I didn't skip you. I really tried not to. I will be back Monday, but remember that the 3-card weekly reading is happening at 4 p.m. on Monday. Crazy, I know, but that's what had to happen. The link is already up for that. Remember, we have Global Tarot Circle next Wednesday, and it will be the only evening class that we do in January due to StaarCon. So come to StaarCon. My friends, in the description, links, book a reading with me. I am available for readings right up to StaarCon and then again right after. So don't hesitate to reach out and become a member of this channel and get your StaarCon ticket. Oh, baby cakes. Okay, I got you. Here we go. Card Cam is here. Baby cakes, New Year reading. It's all about trying to get more stable with work. The work thing is the biggest problem, and you are going to find a way to find better stability with work, find a job that is lasting, enjoyable, and lucrative, and that's what you're going to do in 2025. All right. My friends, thank you so much. I will see you soon. Take good care.